So I know this is going to be a very different video than usual, but once again I have got a suggestion from the great and heavy in weight TK. So Travis Scott has been in a lot of controversy due to the Astroworld documentary that came out on Netflix not too long ago, and he's thought to himself, I know how I can help me overcome this drama. Let me drop an album. And it's a bold move to drop an album in the middle of such controversy where you literally got people killed, but hey, maybe he thought it was a good idea. Maybe he had been cooking up in the kitchen. He's like, this will get him off my back because this is such heat. And to title this album JACKBOYS 2 was brave. Brave as fuck. Because you remember how hyped JACKBOYS was originally. It was fresh off the Astroworld album, and it had one of Travis Scott's best songs, in my opinion, on it, and it was just an iconic drop. I love Travis Scott's old music, so I'm sure that I was like the new shit that he made. So I would like to mention the fact that me and TK listened to this album side by side, and once I seen that it had 17 tracks on it, I was like, oh shit, this is like an album. This isn't gonna be one of these little pickle party 6-song albums that's just a cash grab. This is 17 tracks. He's real. So when we started the album, the first song had me kind of hooked in the beginning, in the very beginning. The intro sounded like something he would have had on an older song. It was kind of wavy. His voice sounded nice. He wasn't using as much autotune as he usually does, but hey, that's never a problem. Until 20 seconds later when my ears got filled with bow, 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 bow. The utter disappointment of getting my ears filled with that shit. These ad-libs are terrible. I feel like this completely chopped the song, but it wasn't horrific to listen to. The song had a decent vibe to it. It had a decent beat. It sounded like normal Travis Scott song, but it just had some weird-ass ad-lib in the back. I could handle it, but I was laughing at the bowing all the time because it was just, it's so predominant. It wasn't just quiet in the background. It wasn't blended into the mix or the music or anything. It was just fucking up front. It's like if you walked in somebody's bedroom and they have a toilet just out in the middle of the room. Yeah, all the decorations and all that's cool and it's nice, but, you know, why is there just a damn porcelain throne in the middle of your damn TV stand? And this is a common theme with this album because the ad-libs in this are absolutely atrocious, but I'll get into that later. A lot of these songs feel like they were made on speakers, not headphones. And by that I mean, if you listen to them on a proper sound system or in a car with a sound system, it sounds a lot better because if you turn your subwoofer down, you tend to notice that songs that sound super flat and only have really good high ends and really good low ends sound the best on a subwoofer, especially how you have to set an equalizer for your sub. And the mixing in this album just seems like it was made for that. It has really good high ends and really good low ends, but there's no middle range sound. It doesn't fill your ears with anything. It just feels very hollow. I don't think they fine-tuned a lot of these beats with headphones on. I think they only use speakers with a massive sub. And obviously a lot of music studios do have speakers and a big sound system and they mix it on that. But a lot of times they have a really nice pair of headphones to throw on too and make sure, hey, this doesn't sound all fucked up on headphones too, right? Headphones is a standard. It can sound weird on a sound system because 90% of people that are going to listen to it are listening to it on 2-channel, which is just 2 speakers and maybe a subwoofer, maybe. But that was my first note, is a lot of these songs sound super flat with no middle range whatsoever. And further on you go down this track list, something you notice is that Travis Scott is literally trying to impersonate Playboi Carti on a lot of these songs. He is Playboi Carti on half of this shit. The song Dumbo is literally just an imposter among us, I swear to God. My buddy TK was losing his shit over this, and rightfully so. I don't even like Playboi Carti's music, but I have to say, he's the only one that's mastered whatever you call his style, so don't try and take over his style and use it because you can't. The song contest is literally, it's just a Playboi Carti beat. It's mixed by the same dude, is it not? And what's so odd to me is that one of these songs on the album features Playboi Carti. So that tells me, okay, he literally hung out with Playboi Carti and said, I like his style, let me try it. He sold Travis Scott his style for $9.95, and it's just okay with him ruining it. But again, he's okay with it because he's furthering the fact that only he can do it. And I always think it's super weird when a rapper finds someone else's style and goes, I want to do that, when you already have such a unique and amazing style like Travis Scott did. But again, maybe people get bored, but you need to master it before you release it. It's like he tried the style out and was like, okay, I don't like this style as much as I thought I did. Fuck it, let's just get this album out so I ain't gotta, just scrap all these songs. But reverting back to the other song, hilariously enough, Dumbo's beat turns amazing at the end, and that's another thing I noticed with a lot of these songs, is that the beats, the best part comes either in the middle of the song or the very end for a very short duration. He always sets it up as either a middle ground 10 seconds that just happens, or an outro, and the outro is always the best part of the song because over. Anyway, But seriously, it's like, why not make the entire song have this amazing beat and then use the shitty part that feels very numb, hollow, and not a whole lot going on as the outro or the middle cut? You can't make 10 seconds of the song sound fantastic and then make the entire song sound like shit. You should do the opposite. Have a really bad part, but then have all the rest of the song be amazing. He did the opposite on this entire album. It's mostly bad and it has one really, really good part. So many of these songs just have good parts, like Velour. Right at a minute 30 gets half decent, and then instead of actually having this beat through the entire song, they just have the entire song feel like a build-up. It's just building up to a drop, and then it leads nowhere. This drop only lasts for 10 to 20 seconds anyway, because it does lead into this part where there's actually bass, but it doesn't do shit. It lasts for 10 seconds and it ends and goes back into the same repeat bullshit. They always just have a highlight of the song, like Future on Where Was You. It's obviously the best part of that song. Don Toliver on any of these songs, except Velour, is the best part of all of them. Even Young Boy, I fucking hate this guy, and he carried his song. It's super weird because it's almost like a Travis Scott album would be a lot better if it did not feature Travis Scott. It's so confusing. The songs that don't feature him are the best songs, like No Comments and Can't Stop. Like, those are the best songs. They're amazing. They're great. And they both have Don Toliver on them. But it's bad when every time Travis Scott appears, I have dread in my heart because I'm like, oh, what's he going to do now? Is he going to try and be Playboi Carti, or is he just going to mumble and shit? What's going to happen? He lost his whole style in like 20 minutes. There's maybe a few just small intervals where he's using his style, and everything else is so bad. The beats, mid. The mastering of the entire album is just meh. And like I said earlier, it's like he didn't practice this style long enough. He didn't practice anything long enough. So instead of finishing off the beats and doing whatever, he just threw the album out there to get it out of the way. And don't even get me started on all the songs with the Jamaican guy on them, the Jamaican party music. TK said it best because we were listening to it live, and TK called it before it even happened. And then our ears got filled with Wagwan Fam Mi Bomba. It filled our ears like mud. And I have no issue with Jamaican music, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't mix into that song. Travis Scott should have been like damn Metro Boomin, and he probably should have just not even said a word. If he would have just let Glorilla and then the Jamaican artist make the song, that would have been completely different. But still, they ruined it by going wiggly wobbly, wiggly wobbly. I have never been so disappointed by an ad-lib or whatever you want to call that. That's not even an ad-lib. I don't even know what that means, man. But if that's something in Jamaican culture that's saying something, if anything, why the fuck would you add that onto a song? That was the worst thing ever. All TK kept thinking about was the SpongeBob thing that, you know, when he's going da, dee da dee da dee da, and it's zooming in on the Krabby Patty. That's what the shit sounds like. It's the same tempo. And what's bad is, I got so excited to hear Glorilla's voice, and her part carried that song, until she hit the same fucking emote as the other dude. She started going wiggly wobbly, whoa. I can't. Like Glorilla, I don't like Glorilla. I don't listen to her music really, but I have more faith in her than that because I like her accent. I think she's funny. She's cool. It's just not my style. But pretty much any other feature carried the song. If it had anyone else on it, that's the part where they were singing, it carried. Specifically on PBT, I think Tyler was the only half decent part of that song. But we just friends though. If I were to give this album some kind of score out of 100 or out of 10, I'd say 100. I'd give it 23. Just because Future exists, Don Toliver exists, and any other artist pretty much that was on this album did their job as an artist and made it better. Something that kept bothering me though is the song that had 21 Savage ad-libs on it. He never appeared. And then they went back and took out some of his ad-libs. Don't get me wrong, I think they was a little atrocious. They were out there, but damn, he was the best part of the song anyway. Going back to it without the ad-libs, it's very decent. It sounds like Travis Scott's old style, but it's just mid as shit. My buddy TK does not like Kodak Black at all, and he was really expecting Denzel Curry because, you know, Miami rapper and it's Florida flow, whatever. But I'll tell you what, Kodak Black completely carried that song, even though he's literally in the middle of being a junkie right now. That's my favorite junkie. But since I've spoken my piece, I would like to let TK guest star and share his opinion on the album. So, take it away, Penny.
Doing this at 4 a.m., but let's cut to the chase. I dislike this album heavily. I don't like how some of the songs just have like really bad beats. It's like Travis's producer took a break for this one, and I love Travis and this producer, but this just doesn't hit. This has to be like one of the worst albums he's ever released. Also, every song had like a terrible first part, and then it got better over time, which is really weird to me. And there were only like 2 out of 17 songs I actually really liked. The entire time, like Travis is trying to be Playboi Carti, like he's doing everything that Playboi Carti does, Literally on Outside, he does the Cardi voice change thing where he goes from baby voice to middle voice to deep, like a deep low one. But it sounds weird because he uses a mixer or like a voice changer to make his voice deep, which Cardi doesn't do. Cardi just does the deep voice. And I like that about Cardi, that he doesn't like use a voice changer. And also Travis just doesn't sound good doing that style. Travis has a set style that sounds really good for him. And I don't know why he just didn't do it. It's so weird to me. And then there's fucking Shine, where he sounds like the Krusty Krab instructional video, like wiggly wobbly. That isn't lyrics. That is just noise. And lastly, Florida Flow. Oh my god. It's a good song, sadly. When I heard the start say like Miami, or like Miami, Miami on the song, I instantly thought of one of my favorite artists of all time, Denzel Curry, fucking Zeltron. But instead, I was met with Kodak Black, which is one of my least favorite artists. I don't know why. I just don't like him like other people do. It's a good song at the end of the day, excluding the 2 minutes of nothing at the end. It just disappoints me. Like this album, I waited for like a few weeks for it, and it's just a disappointment. I mean, I got 2 songs out of it. Don Toliver carried with Can't Stop. Really good song. It's heavenly how good that is compared to everything else. And then So Fuego did pretty good with MM3. But that's really all I wanted to say.
Okay, so now that TK has spoken his piece, I gotta admit, our opinions may not differ as much as I thought. I didn't listen to his commentary until recording this commentary, and yeah, that's very similar to what I said. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry if this is pretty much just a whole repeating between me and him, but hey, it's good because that means the album's consistently shit. Bye for now, and I'll see you guys in the next one.